How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class KRANIX from Transformers, the movie. He only had like not even a minute of screen on time, but we got this figure, and I have to say that I love this figure. Alt mode, completely shit, and they came out of that out of their ass, but this figure in robot mode looks amazing. This thing just looks like a regular action figure or one of those Transformers that does not transform. So first and foremost, thank you guys for joining me here on the channel. If you're new to Prime Energon, consider subscribing. I would really, really appreciate it. So moving him aside, here we go for the packaging. You get Transformers Studio Series, Transformers movie, KRANIX at the bottom. You get some nice artwork of KRANIX. And in his alt mode, which is completely inaccurate. The gun is up here and that over there, but it's neither here or there. Use the flying duck. As you can see right there, you got Transformers Deluxe Class over here on the side. Image wraps around on this side. Over here, you got Transformers Studio Series KRANIX. Nice little badge right there. So if you want to stack your boxes or put them on a shelf, you can with this side facing out. Transformers movie. Over here on the back, you got Transformers. You got in product shots, robot mode, and in alt mode, and a little screen grab of when he was in prison about to be executed with Hot Rod and Cup. So there you go, Transformers the film right there. A little bit of dust on there, but yeah, there you go for the packaging. And here you go for the details of KRANIX. This guy, like I said, the coloration of plastic they used for him with this magenta, I want to say pinkish colors on here, and the eyes were that little neon green. Looks phenomenal. This guy is so beautiful and clean. This thing looks amazing. Checking out the head sculpt right there, you get some nice colorations with the two-tone head crest right there with this pinkish purpley, and then the magenta up here, the nice green for the eyes, again for that pink for his mustache. Would have been nice if they painted the bottom part of his goatee down here the same, but it is what it is, probably because transformation might get chipped off. Some nice detailing over here on the chest. You get some nice venting right here with that two-tone darker purple down here at the bottom, and then that pinkish magenta over here. Some paint right here on its crotch, so that's going to be holding up hopefully quite well. No issues. It is painted all the way around to the back for that paint. Checking out the arms, again, nicely done. Some paint over here on the arms as well. Hopefully that holds up as well. Nicely detailed, not too much surface detail, but still looks really, really good. Checking out the inside of the arms, they are completely filled, so that's quite nice. Checking out the legs, again, nicely done with this two-tone. Some grayish plastic right there. A little bit of waffling on the inside, but not too bad. I'm not mad about it. Checking out the knees and the bottom of the legs. Again, nicely done. Completely filled in. They did it right with this paneling on there. Checking out the back, you get some nice venting over here with this gunmetal. Looks pretty darn cool. Nice clean back right there. Again, this is one of those Transformers that does not need to transform. It's just awesome on its own. And yeah, he looks freaking fantastic. The feet are the only things I have a problem with. He has no heels, so he does tend to fall a lot. Very annoying. You can even see the feet are sort of pushed in, and we'll go over that in articulation. So it does come with only one accessory, a gas, I guess you're gonna go to the gas station pump. This is his pump. I don't know, it's a blaster. He didn't have a blaster in the movie, but they needed to give him an accessory, and this is what it is. So pretty simple for his accessories. So going on over articulation for KRANIX head is on a swivel. Not really any ball joint movement, but it can have another joint that allows him to go fully up for alt mode. So you could do the Superman pose right there. And no side-to-side movements, unfortunately. And like I said, the head can't go all the way around. His mouth can technically open and close, but it's at the wrong area. Should be just a little bit lower. That would have been cool if they had his mouth open a little bit lower. Arms are nicely done. You get this joint to pull them out, but then you get this swivel joint to make him go all the way around, and that just looks nice. That is so smooth of a joint. I can't believe they did that. You get above 90-degree bend at the bicep. You also do get some rotation at the elbow as well. No wrist rotation, but they can move in and out for transformation. Completely unhindered waist joints. So that's also cool. And you would think that the legs have no articulation, but they do. They can do your normal front and back, but then they can also do a full range of the splits. Look at that. You have this joint up here up top, which is actually quite ingenious. They look like they don't do nothing, but they do. So that's actually pretty cool. You get upper thigh rotation just right above the knee, and you get about 90-degree bend at the knee as well. And the feet are the ones that I have a problem with. They're on a ball joint, but you can't do much with them. It's the only ankle tilted you get. And they can turn around, very tight ball joint as well. So standing up, I would like to see a little bit more ankle tilted just to help with the stability. And he has no heels, so he does fall backwards a lot. You could maybe turn the feet around to give him a little bit more stability. But again, that looks weird as well because he has no front toesies. So yeah, feet are annoying. If you want to put him in some dynamic poses, you really can't do much because he just he'll keep on falling backwards. But yeah, very nicely done, very nicely posable. And like I said, if this guy just didn't transform, I would be completely happy with it. But unfortunately, he does. So going on over some comparisons, if he doesn't freaking fall over, stand up, guy, stand up. So comparisons, here we get a Sharkticon from Transformers, the movie. Here we go for Cup, and he has the same problem. He cannot stand up. He had too much to drink this Cinco de Mayo. And here we go for Hot Rod. And yeah, very nicely done with KRANIX. He scales quite nicely with your average deluxe class transformer. There you go for the group in. Hot Rod, he can't stand up as well. Him and Cup went out partying, and they still haven't recovered. And here we go for Sharkticon that eats KRANIX in the end. And yeah, nicely done. He scales up with all the other guys quite nicely. So now let's go ahead and get on to the transformation of KRANIX. All right, so his transformation is pretty simple. So first we're going to go ahead and move the head all the way up just like so. And we're going to fold in his little mouth to where it is open just like that. We're going to come on over to the arms and we're going to pretty much bring them out and fold them completely up. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate them around just like so. And I guess we could go ahead and knock them in. We can knock in the wrist for now and keep them in there and just extend that wing flap and just keep these pieces out for now. Do the same thing over here. Put the wrist in, keep these pieces out and extend the flaps. And there you go for that part. We can go ahead and disconnect from the chest for now. Now we're going to bring your finger and we're going to open up his chest piece right down here. Flip that out, and then now we could bring this piece out and accordion all of this out. And this is going to be the nose cone. You're going to want to extend that, and this will slightly tab into this little tab. It's going to go right into his mouth. And then you're going to end up with that look right there, the flying duck face right there. And then we could go ahead and close this piece back up. Now coming on over to the legs, we're going to go ahead and open up these panels. We're going to rotate the feet completely around to where the toesies are facing outward, just like so. Rotate the toesies outward. And then now we can go ahead and open up this back panel. And this will extend down. Now these two little nubs will clip on the inside of the thighs. I don't like that because these are painted. So I'm always weary about tabbing those in. You can tab them in, but then you also don't need to. But we're going to go and tab them in just for the sake of this video. And as you can see right there, they will click into the inner thigh right there. Now we're going to go ahead and close the legs down and shorten them out. And then now we can go ahead and connect down the middle from his nose cone. And just make sure everything is nice and straight like so. And make sure the feetsies are straight as well. Now we're going to go ahead and bring down the arms on this hinge. And they will sort of doop into place just like so. Bring this down and doop into place. And then you also do to get this little slot that's going to go right over this little panel right here to sort of lock that in. And these are going to be the little vents for his jet mode, if you want to call it that. And there you go for that. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and extend these fins out on the side, and they will doop into place. And take his gun and put this up top, and this will complete his flying duck ship mode for Transformers, the movie KRANIX. And like I said, this is just him folded up with some little wing tips here and there. And yeah, it's not the best. This is what they came up with. The front part is accurate to their renders, but yeah, it's horrible. You're probably going to keep them in robot mode anyways. But taking a look at the detail again, here we go for the head sculpt in his duck mode. And you get some nice venting down here, so that's actually pretty cool how they did that. Some wings, like I said, nothing to write home about. The back, he gets some little thrusters on the bottom of his feet, so that's actually pretty cool. This is the bottom, this is the top, and this is the side for duck mode. And here we go for comparisons for KRANIX up against Hot Rod and Cup and the Sharkticon. Well, I guess Gnaw is his official name, but yeah, there you go for comparisons between all of these guys. He is a flying duck compared to riding cars. And there you go for that. So, yeah, other than that, he's a fantastic figure. Alt mode can be just a little bit whatever, but it is what it is. He is fantastic. You're going to have him displayed on your case in robot mode anyway. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of the Transformers Deluxe class KRANIX from Transformers the movie. You guys did give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.